Hello and welcome to Amari Solutions, where the best solutions in mathematics are found. My name is Emmanuel and I will be taking you in mathematics. If this is your first time watching our video, I would advise you to click that subscribe button on your screen for more videos. So now, today we are going to revise a mathematics grade 9 past paper, and this is 2020 mathematics internal. There we go. Mathematics grade 9 2020 internal. So now the first question reads, so we're gonna start with section A. Section A. So question 1 is saying, find the value of 3 multiplied by -7. Find the value of 3 multiplied by -7. So this question is just simple and it is also straight and forward. So what we are going to do right now, we are going to multiply 3 by 7. 3 times 7, it gives you 21. And then now 3 has a positive sign, and then 7, it has a negative sign. So now there is a rule that you need to follow when you multiply two different signs. Like for example, we have positive multiplied by negative, it gives you negative. Negative multiplied by negative gives you positive, and then negative multiplied by positive gives you negative. Then lastly but not the least, positive multiplied by positive, it gives you positive. So now, as you can see, the sign of our number here, it's going to be negative, because when you multiply a positive number with a negative number, you're going to have a negative number there as your final answer, because positive multiplied by negative, it's negative. So positive 3 multiplied by -7, it will give us -21. That is our answer there. So according to the multiple choices that we had, our answer here was supposed to be A. Then now we move on to question 2. Question 2 is saying, solve the equation. Solve the equation. 2x plus 7 is greater than or equal to -1. 2x plus 7 is greater than or equal to -1. So when solving an inequation, you actually have to solve it the way you always solve an equation. So now what you're going to do here, we're going to collect like terms here. So now it means that this 7 is going to go on the other side. So now it will be like this, right? 2x, then greater than or equal to, then -1. When 7 crosses this sign, the greater than or equal sign, it will be -7, just like that. Then now our final answer, 2x is greater than or equal to -1 minus 7. So as you can see, we are going to add the numbers. It will be 1 plus 7 because the signs are the same. So same signs, you add the numbers and maintain the sign. Different signs, subtract the numbers and get the sign of the bigger number. So -1 minus 7, it will give us -8. Then divided by 2, our final value of x is going to be x is greater than or equal to -4. That is our final value. And according to the answers that we had on multiple choice, our answer there, it was supposed to be B, just like that. So we move on to question 2. Question 3 is saying, given that A, take note of this, given that A is equals to 3 and B is equals to -2, find A, open brackets, 1 minus B. given that A is equals to 3 and B is equals to -2, find the value of A, open brackets, 1 minus B. So now, in this expression, we are going to replace with these numbers that we have been given. Where there is A, you are going to replace with 3 because they have said that A is equals to 3. And where there is B, you are going to replace with -2 because they have said that B is equals to -2. So it means that our final answer there is going to be like this. When you replace 3 open brackets, then this is 1 minus. Now you need to understand that B is equal to -2. So now when you are replacing here, there is already a negative, so it means that when you are putting B here, you have to add other brackets, so it will be -2 in brackets, then you just close them just like that. So now this is 3. According to BODMAS, it says brackets of division, multiplication, subtraction, and addition there. So meaning that for us to multiply this number, we are going first of all to start evaluate the numbers that are in the bracket. So it means that this will be 1, negative times negative, negative times negative, it will be positive. So it will be 1 plus 2. Then close brackets, so it will be 3. 1 plus 2 is equals to 4. Then 3 times 4, it will actually give us 12. And that will be our final answer. And then in accordance to our question here, seems as though there is no answer here. Sorry, just a moment. 1 plus 2, it is 3. Then 3 multiplied by 3, it is 9. Then according to our question, it means that our answer here was supposed to be D there. So bear with me on that one. So now we move on to question 4. Question 4 of section A. So question 4 is saying, which of the following is an irrational number? Which of the following is an irrational number? We have A, 5.24, then we have B, 3.142, then we have C, the square root of 3, then we have D, which is in this case the square root of 9. Which of the following is an irrational number? So now our answer here is going to be C, the square root of 3. The reason being why we didn't choose, first of all, an irrational number is a number that cannot be expressed as a fraction. Then now I'm sure you are wondering how decimal places they can be actually expressed as a fraction. So now they are what we call these decimal numbers, A and B. They are actually non-repeating decimal numbers. Non-repeating decimal numbers. As you can see, this is 5.24 and it just ends like that. 3.142 and it ends like that. So meaning that these A and B, these decimal numbers, they are not repeating themselves. Then if you have a repeating decimal number, it means that at that point a repeating decimal number will be an irrational number. So now what I mean is this one. When you talk about repeating decimal numbers, we are talking about for example, we give you 2.121213112. So as you can see, 1 and 2, they kept on repeating themselves just like that. Then it means that at this point, what it actually means, it means that 2.121212 is actually an irrational number because it is repeat the decimal places after 2, they are actually repeating themselves. Then now A and B, they are non-repeating decimal numbers because as you can see, there is no decimal place that is repeating itself right there and then. So now our answer here will actually be the square root of 3 because the square root of 3 is not a perfect square. So it means that 3 there, the square root of 3 is our answer, or should I say the square root of 3 is the irrational number that we are actually talking about. So we move on to question 5. Question 5 of section A. So question 5 is saying evaluate 10 to the power 0 minus 2 to the power 3. Evaluate 10 to the power 0 minus 2 to the power 3. Any number raised to the power 0 is 1. So it means that 10 to the power 0 here, it is 1. Minus, then 2 to the power 3, we are saying that 2 is multiplying itself 3 times. So this will be 1 minus 2 times 2 times 2, it will give us 8. Then 1 minus 8, it will give us negative 7. So it means that negative 7 there, it is actually our final answer. And then in accordance to our multiple choices, negative 7 was actually on option A. Just like that. So as you can see, section A is always simple, it is always straight, and it is always forward. And then here at Amari Solutions, everything is always simple and everything is always straight and they are always forward. So we move on to question 6. Question 6 is saying, the Venn diagram below illustrates sets A and B. We have a Venn diagram. 1, 2, 3. These are the members of the sets. Okay. The Venn diagram below illustrates set A and set B. And then the question is saying, list the set A complement. List set A complement. A complement. As usual, when they say A complement, they are meaning that you need to write numbers or members that are not found in the set A, of which in this case, we are just going to exclude A. As you can see, I'll get this. So the whole lot of this part is representing A. You see, the whole lot of this part is representing A. And then when they say A complement, we are talking about numbers or members that are not found in set A. So now, as you can see, this is set B. So in set B, we have 4. And then the rest of these, they are not found in what? In A. So it means that our final answer there when you are listing, it will be 4, starting with the set B, comma 5, which is our complementary angles there, comma 5, comma 10, let's put them in order, 4, comma 5, comma 7, and comma 10. These are our members. These are the members of set A complement. In other words, these are the numbers that are not found in set A. As you can see, that's the way it has always been. Then according to our answer here, the final answer there on the option, it was supposed to be option D, which was supposed to be our answer. Then without wasting much of our time, let's move to question 7. Question 7 is saying, write 70.156 correct to 2 decimal places. Right, 70.1956 correct to 2 decimal places. So now what we are going to do when you're collecting to 2 decimal places, these are numbers after the point. So as you can see, the decimal places that we have 1, 9, 5, and 6. Then since the question is saying collect to 2 decimal places there, we are going to count 2 numbers after the point. So this will be 70 point. As you can see, this is 1, then this is 9, meaning that when you're rounding off, these are the numbers that are supposed to be there. But when rounding off, there's the vital part that you need to understand is that when you are collecting to 2 decimal places, as you can see, we are talking about 2 numbers after the point. So this is 1, 2. These are the 2 numbers after the point. But now, if you look in front of this last number here, which is 9, there's another number which is 5. And then according to the rule of rounding off, we always say that if you got numbers in front of another number which are greater than or equal to 5, so you can see greater than or equal to 5, like from 5 until somewhere 9 there. Greater than or equal to 5, we can say that these numbers, they can be rounded off to 1. Then if you have numbers that are less than or less than 5, just like that, like from 0 to 4, then these numbers are always rounded off to 0. So now here 1, 9, you can actually round it off. This 5 is going to round off to what? To 1. So meaning that that 1, you're going to add it on the next number that is close to 5, of which if you say this 5 rounds off to 1, and then 1 plus 9, it will give you 10. And then you can't write 10 here, so meaning that the other 1, you're going to add it on this next number, so meaning that it's going to be 20, just like that, meaning that our final answer there, it's supposed to be 70.20. This is the number being corrected to 2 decimal places, and according to our option, the answer there, it was supposed to be option A. So now, my advice to you is that if I'm too fast, the best thing that you can actually do, it is actually just stop the video a while and then go through again. Try to rewind the video once again and then make sure that you understand. If you don't understand, then please feel free to post a comment in the comment section there. Then now, we move on to question 8. Question 8 of section B. Question 8 of section B. So, question 8 is saying, we have a diagram there. Okay, so that's the diagram that we have. And then on this diagram, we have angles. So, this angle here, it is Y. The angle there, it is 43. Then lastly but not the least, the angle on the other side, it is actually 30 degrees. So now the question is saying, find the value of Y in the diagram. So now, as you can see, this is a straight line. You see, this is a straight line. So the whole lot of this is a straight line, and the straight line adds up to 180 degrees. So it means that if you add this 30 here, this Y, and 43 here, they're supposed to give you 180 degrees. So it means that for us to find the value of Y, we are going to add these two numbers and then subtract them from 180 degrees, and whatever answer we are going to have, that will be your final answer. So this will be 30 plus Y plus 43, then this is equals to 180 degrees. You see, 30 plus Y plus 43 is equals to 180 degrees. Let's add the numbers. Y plus 30 plus 43, it will actually give us 73, is equals to 180 degrees there. Then now, collection of like terms. So we're going to say Y is equals to 180 degrees. Then when this 73 goes on the other side or crosses the equal sign, it will be negative 73 degrees. Then when you subtract these two numbers, you're going to get, that is 0 minus, okay, so you're going to get that 7, then 107. So your final answer there, it is 107. So it means that Y was 107 in our question. 180 minus 73, you're going to get 107. And then according to our options here, the option here, it was actually option C. Okay, let's move on to question 9. So question 9 is saying the following are scores for 7 learners. Take note of that, 7 learners in a mathematics test. So we have the numbers, the following scores. We have 20, we have 60, we have 50, we have 20 again, we have 60, we have 50, and then lastly but not the least, we have 15, just like that. So now the question is saying, what is the median mark? What is the median mark? So for us to find the median mark of these 7 learners tests, what we are going to do is, first of all, you need to understand what a median is. You get, right? So now when you talk about a median, we're talking about the middle number. The median, middle. So now we are saying that the median is actually the middle number of the frequency, or should I say of the scores that are actually given. And then now in this case, for us to find the median number, the first thing that we are going to do is rearrange. So we are going to put these numbers in order. As you can see, they are not in order. It's starting with 20, 60 is on the middle, and then now. So we'll start in order, starting from the smallest. Put them in order, starting from the smallest until you get to the biggest number there. And then among these numbers, the smallest number here, it is 15. Then after 15, the second smallest number, it is 20. And then take note that there are two 20s here, so you're going to write 20 comma again 20. Then the third smallest, the fourth smallest number here, it is actually 50 after 20. So we're going to write 50, and then don't forget that there are two 50s here, so there's another 50 there. Then lastly but not the least, we are going to write 60, which is the largest or biggest number in our question. So now the number on the middle here, it's actually going to be 50, because if we're to divide these 7 numbers, we have 3 people here, we have 3 also there, then the only number that is going to remain there, it is actually 50. So 50, it is the median score or the median mark that was needed, and according to our options here, the answer was supposed to be B. And then just like that, we end. And then lastly but not the least, we have one of the last questions, which is saying, which of the following, question 10, take note of that, question 10 of section A, which of the following is a net of a square based pyramid? So we have the following sections. So this requires me to draw, and I'm not a fan of drawing. Okay, so we have the following sections. All right, the question is saying, which of the following is a square based pyramid? So as you can see, okay, that's our question here, and then this diagram is representing option A. The first diagram is representing option A. Then we have the second diagram, which is like this. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, this diagram is actually representing option C. Then we also have another diagram here. Okay, and then this diagram is representing option D. Then lastly but not the least, we have this diagram here. So that's a square, that's a triangle, okay. So this option, that diagram is representing option B. So now the question is saying, which of the following is a net of a square based pyramid? So the net of a square based pyramid, you have even gotten the answer, actually the hint from our statement to say a square base. So as you can see, these diagrams were actually opened. So now what you are supposed to do is look for a pyramid which has a square on the middle, because the middle in this case is representing the base of the pyramid. So now as you can see, section C, option C and option D are going to be cancelled because those are not correct answers. As you can see, on their middle we have a triangle, so meaning that these were triangular based. Then now we have option A and option B which are left. So in this case, when you talk about a pyramid, the pyramid always has a triangle. This is how a pyramid looks like. So in this case, think about the 3 pyramids of Egypt. They are in a triangular shape, but the only option here which has triangular shape and the base pyramid, the base square pyramid that is needed, actually it is actually option B. We can't choose option A because option A is full of squares, but option B is full of triangles with on the middle part there we even have the square that is needed. So as you can see, option B was the correct answer, or should I say is the correct answer in this case. Option B is the correct answer. So that's the end of our section. Specifically, we are talking about, that's the end of section A. Those sum up to 10 questions.